I actually kind of liked what I saw from DTR today.
Yeah.
I love that kid's moxie, to borrow the word from Kevin Stefanski. He is competitive as hell. He's tough. He's pretty athletic. He's aggressive. He throws a good ball. It's a little erratic, right? He is far from being a polished NFL quarterback, but there's something there. And I hope he can recover quickly, because I think he could be a good answer for the Browns in the meantime. He's not going to be the team's starting quarterback when Deshaun Watson gets back at full strength. I mean, there's no way around that. But you need a backup quarterback that can play on a moment's notice, because if you haven't figured it out yet, the Browns are looking at potentially playing a fourth quarterback in the first 12 games of the year, and that's absurd. And so you got to have somebody that can do it, and DTR looks pretty good.
Every single time he drops back to pass, or even is in the huddle, or even taking a snap, like, I just think of Kevin Stefanski saying how confident the kid is. He doesn't lack for confidence.
Yeah.
And you can see that just the way he guides this team, just the way he leads this group, and just the belief he has in himself is amazing. And it's kudos to him, because not many people are born with that. So it's truly amazing. But it just like you said, he's never going to be, in my opinion, obviously he's played in 3 games, so this is painting with a broad brushstroke, but he's never going to be like, an everyday guy. But we've seen if Deshaun Watson's going to be the long-term quarterback here in Cleveland, I mean, he is fragile, and the way he plays football, there are going to be times when he does get banged up, and you're going to need a guy to come back in. And, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson continues to get better, obviously his concussion is going to be a step back, but continues to get better and improve, why can't it be that kid? I love watching him play, and you saw growth today. I mean, had he not gotten hurt, who knows what the final is, but you love what you saw out of the young kid today.
I don't even judge him by his statistics, because especially at this point in his career, they're irrelevant to me. He was playing winning football.
Mm-hmm.
Final numbers, just because we'll share them with you, we usually do. 14 for 29, threw for 134 yards, and his first NFL touchdown. He did not throw an interception, but the Browns fumbled 5 times, including 3 that they lost. And ultimately, I think they put the defense in some pretty tough spots. And so that's a big reason why they lost this game, because, you were in the middle of the third quarter and it didn't look so bad, right? I mean, it wasn't even middle of the third quarter. It was a little quarter. It was when Denver had to settle for a field goal to go up 17-12, you felt like, hey, you are 1 score away from being right back in this thing. And obviously the drop 2-point conversion was a real bummer, but like that whole drive, I felt like, hey, DTR just grew up before our eyes.
And what's most impressive to me is that you get down 14-0 and you have a rookie quarterback and it's not going well. Nothing's going the right way. Denver's running it all down your defense's throat. You can't do anything on offense. Imagine being that rookie quarterback and, potentially just packing up shop and be like, all right, we're on to LA. I'm going home. I'm going to see a bunch of my friends next week. But no, that was my favorite part about it. Throw the stats out the window and all that. I mean, the kid stuck in there, man. It would have been so easy to just give up and quit, but leads the team down to cut it to 14-3. Then the defense gets a stop. And you're like, okay, if we can go down and score, you're in this thing. They get it down to 1st and goal and just a couple. I mean, that ball to David Bell just bouncing off the defensive tackle's shoulder pad. It's like, oh my gosh, that would have been a touchdown. You cut it to 14-10. Never know how those things change it, but the gutsiness that DTR was showing, and the unwillingness to quit, man. He's stuck in there. That's the impressive part. That's the stuff that you take away, because he's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it in him to kind of be that competitive guy.
Yeah, and even in the second quarter, I mean, ultimately, you don't want to settle for field goals. Mm-hmm. But, good drives kind of getting put together. 13 plays, 57 yards, ends in a field goal about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Then the Browns kick a field goal with 22 seconds left before halftime on an 11-play, 67-yard drive that took 2:42. I think Dorian is pretty good for being a rookie. And, I mean, look, he's not C.J. Stroud. I would actually, now that I've seen enough from him, There's a lot of people that are not going to agree with this, and I don't care. I would rather play him than Flacco.
Yeah.
I would. Joe Flacco has proven everything that you could possibly prove about what it takes to be a legitimate NFL quarterback. That's not a knock on Joe. I would think at 38 years old, he certainly has, some things he can lean on, but it's hard to replicate the the lack of damage done to a body that's 16 or 17 years younger than yours, and a willingness to just go out and play with reckless abandon.
It almost feels like when Dorian drops back and when he's out there, he's just like so naive to everything, like not in a bad way, but just doesn't know what he doesn't know. And like, just, and there's a freedom, to that, right? Where it's like, hey, I'm just going to go back there and throw it and drop back and try to make a play and be athletic and just kind of figure it out. What I would say to that, and, there's arguments that be had in both directions, right? Keep developing Dorian, keep letting him figure out what he is and keep letting him grow. But then this team, man, it's like, how long can you wait? Like with Flacco, what you're going to get, maybe, I guess, I don't know. He hadn't played in a year. But like this team was at least ready to win before all these injuries. Like how much longer can you go? And obviously Dorian's concussion is going to kind of hinder that, but it's a debate that's going to be had this week and for the weeks to come. But all in all, you love what you see out of 17, man. The kid's grind. He's gritty. He grinds. He's gutsy, and you just appreciate those factors as he continues to polish out his game.